So you mentioned team. Tell me about your team. How big is it?
I've got, me and Greg, and then, and Greg closes another 20 loans a month. So as a team, we're probably closing close to 80. We've got two processors. I've got a setup person and another person that checks down before it goes to underwriting. As much as I may think I'm perfect, I'm not. And so occasionally I'll miss something. And that's what I have that position for, is to make sure that when we submit a loan to underwriting, that it's clean. We don't get 35 conditions, get minor conditions, especially in the refinance world, because you got to be relatively quick. And I consider, there's a lot of things that Bank South does provide for me, which is marketing. It's marketing that I case haven't seen since, Andrea and those guys when we were at Bank South. That's a big reason for the volume I'm doing right now is marketing. I am not the best marketing person, but I can always ask them, what should I be doing? And they've been a huge help to me. But that's really it. We don't have a big team. We just
so you and Greg are the only ones taking applications?
That's correct for our team, yeah.
Just the two of you, and you're going to do about 60 to 80 units this month?
That's correct.
Okay, you are busy.
Yeah, like really we're a little busy right now.
Just a little busy. But here's what I loved about you. You said right now you're getting in at 6 because you got to make hay while the sun's shining, right? And it's going to settle back down to some normalcy. So under the normal world, I'm going to call it normal, what hours were you keeping?
I'm still a morning person, Case. I get in around probably 7 then. Okay. Especially during high school baseball season, because I leave here early. But that's, you got to sleep occasionally.
You're right.
I always say I have plenty of time to sleep when I'm dead. But and I try, I like getting home at night. I still watch Jeopardy with my daughter, so that's a big deal. And,
okay.
23 years old, so
be around you. That's good.
Yes, yes. So they still want to be around me, and I've got, as you talked before, my youngest is going to tech, and so, but yeah, I try to be home as much as I can, and I think the live, work, play. You need to do it. All work is not going to be a good thing.
Yeah, you mentioned
on that.
The one thing I remember about you, I mean, first of all, I love that you just acknowledged your marketing team, right? They're bringing some awareness to you now. But you built a referral business like I've never seen. How did you build it? How did you build it? Can you go that far back and sort of bring us to current and how you continue to build it? So go back. How did you build your referral business?
No, I call it, and still today, I call it the hub and spoke theory of mortgage banking. You've got hubs of people who you and I attracted to. They liked you first meet, you liked them, and they were a player. They didn't even have to be a player. They could have been a young real estate agent who had the potential, and you just clicked there, and they sent you every one of their people,
right?
And every one of their leads. But what a lot of loan officers do is they just take care of that lead, whatever that person is. To me, I want to go after the spokes. I know that this agent's going to send me business as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, which is take care of their clients and make them money. But there's always a selling agent on the other side or another listing agent on the other side. And for whatever reason, the average loan officer doesn't chase these people. I don't understand it, but I'm glad because it's money. The same thing with my builder. My builder accounts are going to use me regardless because they're going to pay closing costs if I'm there and if I do a good job. But no one ever chases the agent who brought people to the subdivision. And, yeah, and those, if you do a good job, and especially with new construction, I have this client in most of my new construction neighborhoods 6 to 9 months. That's 6 to 9 months of every month giving an update to the agent that didn't bring the business to me. Their client came to my subdivision, so I get to work on that agent. And agents all have their favorite flavor. Well, you know what? I'm gonna try to be their new flavor, and that's just part of the business. It's no different than what you and I want to do. Right now, you know, I've been in my house 25 years and they're replacing gutters and fascia boards and all this stuff. You know, there's a lot of people who do that work. But if I go back to the phone call thing, if I don't get a phone call back till tomorrow, that's not the person I want to use. I don't care how good they are. I want someone who wants my business, who's going to talk to me, because being in the business that we're in, I'm not a very patient person. So
I think that impatience has served you well, sir, because I mean, look at where you are today. I mean, you've been #1 in Georgia for multiple years. That's a feat in and of itself. And the kind of volume you're doing is just unprecedented around the country. And even in this market, hitting those kind of numbers is astounding. So congratulations on you. And I am cheering for you. And you're one of those favorites that I've always had. We don't even have to talk. And I just see you again. And all of a sudden, I see an old friend. And so I'm blessed by your friendship. Just knowing that if I called you, you'd be there.
no, I mean, in case we said it, we've talked about it before. You know, the other thing folks don't do is they just don't, they should learn from the people around them. And, you know, the people watching this, you know, this is not a XINNIX plug, but it is. You know, I think the world of XINNIX, the loan officers that I have sent there and from different companies that I've been with, I know it gets done right. You know, you had one of my loan officers about 5 years ago. I mean, he's probably 28 years old now, young kid right out of the University of Georgia, and he, you know, he's closing 3-4 million a month. I mean,
I love that. You know, I live and exist for that. So,
but he has the DNA that you and I look for as far as a loan officer, and you know, I learned a ton from you. And you and I started the conversation. There's things that you did that I needed to pick up on your game. And I was very blessed when I was at Home Bank, where I was around some outstanding loan officers, and I took parts of their game. And I mean, even, you know, I work for Kim now, Kim Nelson.
right.
I learned a lot from Kim back in the day. So,
You know, I think there's something that's pretty profound in what you just said is when we worked together, we were around some amazing people, right? Not only that you were amazing, but other people. And I think loan officers today, because of the smaller branch mentality, right? You don't always have these mega branches. And if you don't have anybody astounding near you, how do you model it? And that's why we exist at XINNIX, to say you don't have to be subject to being on an island by yourself. Reach out to us and we'll help you. But the reality is people need to seek out other top performers. And when you do, you learn from them and they push you. And you pushed me. Just knowing you were on my heels, like, I got to go because this guy is coming up and he's going to overtake me. But I'm just blessed by you. Thank you for the time today. And some of those profound statements I hope everybody heard, man. Return your calls, be paranoid, give amazing customer service, and that hub and spoke. Do you know how many times you know how many times I've said, call the listing agent? It sounds so simple and stupid and dated, but do you know how many people still do it? Do it on a very few. It's like
call on the phone. They don't want to call a stranger. And it's not a stranger. You have something involved.
Their commission.
Exactly.
I used to call and go, hey, this is Casey Cunningham. I just took an application for 123 Davis Street. Just wanted to let you know I have your commission in your hand, in my hand. If you'd like to know if you're going to get it, just call me. They would call me back and go, who are you? I go, I'm a loan officer who took an application on a house you just sold. And they'd go, I said, you got a high probability of getting commission on this one. And they'd go, really? I go, yeah, it's going to close. Anyways, crazy stuff. But thank you for your time. You are awesome.
Thank you.
I look forward. We got to have coffee or lunch real soon.
Absolutely. Take care, Case.
Take care, my dear. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.